Hey friends, Elizabeth here from Plant-Based Bride, back again with another Plan With Me video. Today I'm setting up my husband's bullet journal for October, and this month he was having trouble deciding what he wanted, so I suggested I do a black cat theme. Since it is spooky season, we all love a good black cat at this time of year. And of course, my husband and I love black cats all year round because our two black kitties, Chewy and Yoda, are our children, and we love them more than it should even be possible, to be honest. So he was totally up for that idea, unsurprisingly. And it's interesting, as I started to design these spreads, a distinctly Art Deco feel started to come out. I don't know why. I don't feel like I've seen anything Art Deco style recently, but it was really in my brain as far as, font styles and design aesthetic. So I just kind of went with it and made an Art Deco black cat theme. And as random as that seems like it would be, I'm actually really happy with how it looks in the end. So sometimes you just have to let your weird creative ideas out and they just kind of work. So for the cover page, I'm drawing a large circle, which is sort of meant to represent the moon. And then I'm drawing a classic Halloween cat who's in the Halloween cat position, hissing, as kitties tend to get when they're scared. And then I'm adding the lettering for October. So I'm doing an Art Deco style lettering, making the O's in October much smaller than the other letters and kind of offsetting them and overlapping them with the other letters. And then all of the other letters are sort of stretched vertically and have exaggerated proportions while maintaining a very thin weight to the letters to sort of invoke an Art Deco style. And I sort of did the same thing with the 2019 as well. And then I used my gold Posca paint pen to add gold details to this to really bring that Art Deco feel home. So a bunch of lines radiating out from the header in the top half of the circle, sort of simulating rays of the sun, which kind of pulls in the opposites of the sun and the moon. And then at the bottom, I added these cylinders. I don't really know how to describe them, but they're pretty common, I would say, in Art Deco style art. So I just sort of made my own version of those gold cylinders along the bottom. Yoda came to check on my progress, and when she was satisfied, she left me to it. So now I'm moving on to the monthly calendar. And again, setting up a pretty straightforward monthly. I like to do 5x5 size boxes, 5 days on the left page, 2 days on the right page. This gives just enough room for my husband to use his monthly. He uses his monthly quite intensely for his schedule, but also leaves a good amount of space to add some artistic elements to the spread to fit with whatever theme we're doing. So I replicated my October 2019 lettering at the top of this page, flipping 2019 to the other side just for some variety. And then I also added headers for the days of the week, so Sunday through Saturday, just using the first letter of the word, and again creating sort of stretched out letters to fit with the Art Deco aesthetic. The next step was to add the days of the month, and I thought it would be a fun way to switch it up to add little semicircles to every single day in the top center of the daily boxes, and then to add the numbers in my gold Posca paint pen. I also added a few radiating lines on either side of October to again pull in that Art Deco feel. Now for the right side of the page, My concept for this was creating an abstract cat tree. So Chuy, our fluffy cat, is at the bottom and he's on his back with his white belly facing up as he often is. And Yoda is at the top of the cat tree and she's spotted him and she's getting ready to jump down the cat tree and pounce on him, which is a pretty common occurrence in our house. So Yoda is our short hair black cat, and then Chuy is our fluffy black cat who has a big white belly. And I tried to represent them in a very simplistic way that still got the idea across. I then decided I wanted a little bit more gold on this spread, so I added 2 little circular, sort of almost leaf-looking shapes to the corners of the cat tree on the right page. And then I added some radiating lines to the empty days of the month that belong to September and November, just to pull in more gold throughout the spread. I was having some trouble with the paint from the pen bleeding underneath my ruler, so I was fixing that with a white gel pen once the paint dried. I'm thinking that might be a problem with a specific ruler I was using, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. It's always helpful to have a white gel pen on hand because they're great for fixing little mistakes like that. So now I'm moving on to the invoicing page, and this month we're just using 1 page. Our October is going to be very busy because my sister's getting married, so we're going to be traveling out of the province for an entire week of the month. So Jason's not going to be working quite as much as he normally would be, so we thought 1 page would be enough for his invoicing needs. So the columns are the same as what I've done before, but I'm going to quickly tell you since I didn't actually write out the names of the columns this time around. So we have client, date, hours, rate, total, invoiced, and paid. So this is just a simple way for him to track all of his different jobs throughout the month and make sure that he knows exactly how much he should be invoicing, and also can track when he has invoiced and when he's been paid. So on the invoicing page, I also added a little silhouette of Yoda sitting and licking her paw, as she is apt to do approximately 10 hours a day, and added a few of those Art Deco cylinders on the left side there. As I've explained before, if you've seen any of my husband's Plan With Me videos, he likes to have a bunch of open pages to just jot down notes as he's working. So I usually just set up the very first page and then let him use as many pages as he wants. And then the next month I'll just set up after the last page that he's used for his notes. So it's kind of like leaving the pages open for you to use for your dailies, for rapid logging. That's what he does, although mostly for notes, less so for tasks. And for this one, I decided to move the header to the bottom of the page and use that as a platform for Chuy to be stretching out on. If you have a cat, you know this pose all too well. And Chuy is the master of making that pose incredibly adorable with his floofy tail up in the air. And the way he stretches out his murder mittens and the fluff between his toes gets exposed. It's just, I can't even describe the cuteness, to be honest. So I added that to the bottom there, and then just added little corner details to again pull in that gold Art Deco feel from the other spreads without going overboard or filling in too much of the page, so he still can use it as much as possible. So now I'm going to do a little flip through of all the pages I just set up. A pretty simple setup. Obviously there are some artistic elements in there, but the bones of this setup are very simple and are the same as they have been for the past few months. Again, I feel like this theme is sort of random, but I like it and Jason likes it, so that's kind of all that matters, right? These setups can take a couple hours to do, and a lot of times I want to have something in the background to watch or listen to, just to kind of keep that part of my brain entertained while I'm sort of fulfilling my vision of these spreads. My favorite thing to do lately has been to listen to audiobooks while I'm planning, either fictional or nonfiction. The current book that I'm listening to is this nonfiction title. I would definitely recommend checking out Audible if you haven't already. They offer the world's largest selection of digital audiobooks and spoken word content. And if you sign up with my link in the description box, you can get a 30-day free trial and 2 free audiobooks. I want to take a moment to thank my patrons for their support. I have been so overwhelmed in the past week since I released my October Plan With Me video, which you should go check out. So many more of you have joined the Plant-Based Bride Patron Squad on Patreon, and I am so grateful for your support. I can't say it enough, and I am so excited to get to know all of you. So I want to go through and thank every single new patron by name. So let's do it. Thank you so much to Hannah, Emily, Cassandra, Jessie, Heather, Ivy, Sherry, Andy Essie, Stacy, Catherine, Maria, Rebecca, Peggy, Edinburgh, Diana, Alyssa, Zara, Brianna, Amelia, Jasmine, Sophia, Maddie, and Jessica. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. I'm so overwhelmed and grateful. Thank you for joining the squad. We are so excited to have you. If you want to join the squad too, you can tap the link in the card or the description box to check it out. You can see the tiers and get an idea if you want to join us. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Please leave a comment down below. Any engagement you give on my videos really helps me out and tells YouTube that they should be sharing my videos with all of my subscribers. So thank you so much for your help in this. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you really soon in my next video. Bye, friends.